morning, dear children. Welcome back to the continuation video of the same topic, that is properties of water, where we have discussed about many things in the previous lessons or the video today, and we come across what are the conditions that affects of making of a solution and what is solutions. All these things we have come across. Today we all are going to discuss or do one activity that how affects the solution to make how it affects today. Let's do this activities. I have brought one glass of cold water. Today we all are going to add or going to see or to observe how it works. And the main aim of this activity is to learn how this stirring makes affects the making of solutions. Usually we have to do with the sugar for this, but we don't have that much of time, so we can wait for it to dissolve. So we'll begin with the salt. I have brought a pinch of salt. Let's do. I think it works. I'm going to add the salt, and we should not stir it unless it dissolves in the water. It takes a lot of time. But if we stir it, then what happens? Everything dissolves in water, and the salt is called solute and the water is called solvent. Now you all can see, you don't see any salt, a little bit salt is dissolving. So it took almost like 6 or 7 seconds to dissolve in a water. Again, now what happened? What we saw before, without stirring it was not dissolving. Once I stir it, it dissolves completely in the cold water. Now again, that means this stirring also has to dissolve water or the solute or the solute, or example like salt and sugar faster. Next we'll do in the cold water hot water. Again, I have brought hot water. We'll do in the hot water how it makes. Temperature also affects in making a solution. How? This is my hot water. This is not so hot. Now here I am going to add a sugar, because in the hot it works. Now here also it will not dissolve fast, but if we stir it, it will dissolve fast. So we have to stir it until it dissolves. Now we can see how it fast. Now this is the example, simple example I am doing. You all go and see. You don't stir it first. You let it dissolve it by itself, and you see the time, how much it took. Then again you stir it and see how much it took. Then in the cold water also, in the hot water, same in the both, you will see that after stirring it, you will see the faster it works. In the temperature also it works faster. You won't see any sugar crystal in the glass. It is already dissolved. So the main aim is to see how it stirring affects the making of a solution, and the temperature also affects in the making of solution. These two things we come across today. Now these are the two activities that we have done. Today we'll do something other. And based on this, which dissolves and we don't dissolve, it is categorized into two parts, that is soluble and insoluble substances like sugar, salt, chalk powder, all these things come in one group, that is soluble substances. What is soluble substances? Now the substances which dissolves completely in the water are called soluble substances. The example are salt, sugar, chalk powder, and all. Now the substance or anything that dissolves completely in the water are called soluble substances, and the substances which do not dissolve completely in the water are called insoluble substances. For example, the sand, stone, and oil, all these things are the example of insoluble substances. For example, I have a small pebble. If I put in the hot water and if I stir it, it will not dissolve. This type of substances are called insoluble substances. Okay. Now, these insoluble substances and these soluble substances are there. That means the substance which dissolves faster in the water or the dissolves completely in the water are called soluble substances, and the substance which do not dissolve completely in the water are called insoluble substances. Now, next. Okay, this one I have already done. This is also one activity. It was there in a book. Now, okay, there are few objects that floats on a water, and there are some objects that sink in a water. For example, okay, density of an object. Density means how thick it is. Okay, density of an object decide whether it will float on the floor or it will sink in the water. Okay, all objects includes water are made up of everything is made up of tiny particles, very tiny particles which we cannot see with our eyes. These tiny particles packed together. These tiny particles are packed together. These tiny particles are known as molecules. Okay. In some objects, the molecules are very tightly packed, whereas in other are loosely packed. Okay, this form of density of an object is with the tightly packed molecules have higher density, and with the higher density than the water. Okay, what I mean to say, if the molecules are packed tightly, that means the density of that molecules that particular object's density is higher than the molecules of water. That means it will sink into the water. For example, the stone or the pebble, just now it sank because the density of this stone is heavier than the water. Okay, objects with the loosely packed molecules have low density, so low density than the water, and what happens? So these objects, they will not float, they will not sink in water, but they float in the water. For example, ice cubes. If you put ice cube here, then what happens? This ice cube will float on the top. Even if you put a balloon, balloon, it will float in the floor. Then even in the river side or the pond, you all can see big log. This one dried log. It is plus floating in the water because the density of that log is lesser than the density of the water. There are several examples which I can give. Okay. Now the examples which has the thick density or the heavy density than the water are the stone, fruits, all these things are coin. If I put one coin into the water, it will sink in the water. All these things are iron piece, all these things are there. But the objects that have the lesser density than the water are the logs, balloons, even your clips which we use to hang our clothes, and all those clips, ice cubes are some examples that float on a water. Okay, with this we are going to complete our syllabus. Okay, I hope you have understood these activities. Okay, you try to go through the book one more time. You will come across many things with that. Okay, till then, stay safe and stay healthy. God bless you all.